Go.
So, Brian Wang, here we are. I mean, is this probably the best looking car you've ever seen?
No, I don't think it's the best looking car. It's a different looking car for sure. It looks very interesting. Yeah.
It is interesting. This is what I used to say to my friends when I was trying to set them up with a blind date. She's
Mhm.
really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is a Honda.
Hmm.
This is an electric Honda, I believe.
Hmm.
Um, Personally, I don't know if this is a concept car or ready for production. I didn't really read any of the details on this, but personally, I think they should pull back.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think they should start over. I don't, but you think they would sell some of these?
Um, the main thing is you can't there's no real rear window.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
then you have to go all on camera. So
right,
that's a it's a bold choice.
yeah.
Um, so and I think going unique is not that bad. You want to stand out. They're coming late to the party on EVs. So, doing everything the same as everyone else, it's like, worth a shot. It's like if you weren't going to sell anything with just a plain vanilla one, then do something different. And I think this is, you know,
Well, there's also this thought that the Japanese have really weird taste anyway. I
yeah,
mean, they like those little cartoon carriers. What do they call those things?
anime and manga.
Anime, yeah, they're all for that,
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have some unusual taste. So maybe this will sell in Japan. I have a hard time imagining that selling in the US, but hey, I've been wrong before.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
I'd like to see it opened up. I'd like to see
See
how,
what it has inside, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, just see like that big thing in the back,
yeah, yeah.
like how big is that trunk space thing
And what
to
does
see
that do?
how that implement. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see what's happening there. Yeah.
All right. Well, the most interesting thing to happen today was not that Honda picture. The most interesting thing today was that you and I mean, our reputation is at stake here, Brian.
Mhm.
We weren't optimistic enough. How can we possibly show our face when
Mhm.
the stock did way better than either one of us could have imagined?
Yeah.
That's
No, I think the chance of we got to 460,
right.
and tomorrow if the morning numbers are really good, then we go to 500. Like I
Oh,
think this.
oh, wow. How much does it have to get to 500? How much does it have to be above? What does it have to be in order to get the stimulus going again?
I think if you have 500,000 or more cars, I think
Okay.
that'd be sufficient, and also a nice energy number. I don't think energy matters for us, but less for other people.
Which just
But
makes no sense at all.
right, right. But 500,000 or over delivery, that even 495, 490, I think that could be enough to move it some,
To keep it going. All
keep it
right.
going. Yeah.
Okay. What about the opposite? What does it have to be under in order to get a sell off or to get a sell on the news?
Think 460 or less. 460.
460 or less. So
Yeah.
you're gonna go with the street number as the kind of breaking point. I mean, it's like 474 or something or
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Well, that would
I'm
be,
sorry, not
I think,
No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm missing up. That was the number. Street number is 446.
right,
So you're saying underneath the whisper number. If it goes
right,
under the whisper number, we could see a sell off.
right, right. Um, Obviously, if it's 440 or less, it gets
Yeah.
really bad, instant sell off. And then if it's 460, it could sideways and drop or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, 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 yeah. And you think, as I do, unfortunately, that the energy number doesn't matter, even though the energy number is going, if we hit 12 or 13 gigawatt hours, is going to be way more profit than an extra 50,000 cars.
I think it's something which it may start if it's really, really good. If it's like 16 gigawatts, 17, 20 gigawatts, something really nutty, where lumpiness and a surge of production all kind of came together into a jaw-dropping number, right? Then that helps. And then if it's really quite strong, it helps as a secondary story to the cars. If cars are strong and that's strong, it reinforces that effect. It's like a really good Robin to a Batman.
So what do you think if the energy number, let's say that the car number is good, for between 470 and 510,
Yeah.
somewhere in that range. And then the energy number is 14. We'll make it right in the middle of my 13 to 15. Comes in at 14. Between now and earnings, will you see a bunch of increases in the estimated earnings per share, which could then cause the stock to be going up as the earnings per share forecasts go up?
Yeah. I think that the people who run the spreadsheets would see, here's an extra few $100 million. And so that would matter.
Get a few hundred million. We're talking about half a billion to a billion more.
Right, right, right. But, off their baseline.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it that the energy number will not, unless, as you pointed out, I don't think it could be over 15. I have a very hard time, maybe 16. That would really like everything going 100% the right way. But I'm thinking 13 to 15 is where it's going to come down. I saw a few people in the community hitting those numbers as well, probably because they watch my show and they were just copying off of my stuff. Anyway, uh, so, so anyway, and then if it is a good number, then that would play out later as we get closer to earnings. All right. All right. There was something else with regard to tomorrow. Well, okay. So you think there's no kind of like next stopping point. You think the numbers, if they're good enough, we're going to 500.
Yeah, that there's obviously something where it's kind of in the middle, and then it goes out and peters out,
Okay.
but I think we can go to 500. Whether we hold 500 is another story,
Okay.
right? But going to 500, I think, is definitely possible. Yeah.
All right. Now it is now Wednesday night. We still haven't seen FSD.
Mhm.
We still haven't seen Model Q.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen any differences in the robotaxi rollout. We have a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of catalysts that are like, like we're right on the precipice of all three of those.
Mhm.
I mean, FSD, do you think there's any chance we won't see it this week?
By not seeing it, like it only has to go to like Homars or something like that.
Right,
It's like
right,
so that kind of like small rollout. I see no reason that they would not do it. Like, why would you hold back from giving to, this small group of
right,
influencer people, right?
right.
Early beta testers, anyway, right? So, but I can see it going till Sunday night. I can see it like them dragging out to the last
It's
minute.
still next week, right?
Yeah. Well, it's still, I view it as this week or something like that. The Sunday's still this week kind
Okay.
of thing. My over and under is I'm not expecting it till Friday night or Saturday.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right. And then Model Q, what is going to be the play? Okay, so let me set up my theory about where we're standing right now. The orders that they received last night will keep the factories humming, plus regular orders. Will keep the factories in the United States humming until the end of the month,
Mhm.
end of October.
Yeah.
But then they're going to have to do something. So do they wait until we get close to the end of the month to pop with the Model Q, or do they do it now so they can start filling up the order book?
I think it's next week or the week after
Okay.
is what I think it is. But um, if they did delay into November, it might happen. I don't know what the reason is or why they wouldn't do that. But and also it's a matter of which country, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
getting it going in Berlin is more urgent,
Mhm.
right? Because Berlin has a lot of capacity,
Mhm.
unlike China, which is, humming along building YLs and Ys and
Right.
that kind of thing. Berlin, and so Europe and China and the rest of the world really need a low priced vehicle, right? A lower priced vehicle. So because you have so much underutilized capacity in Berlin, that a lower priced car would be a substantial bump to
Mhm.
their competitiveness and all that kind of stuff. So that would make sense to go first. Or if there is the capacity in China, because they've launched other new vehicles first, you know, the
Right,
new Model 3, the new Model Y,
right.
all in China first, then China may be need the one to do the initial
Mm.
work on it.
Mm.
So that's where I kind of expected. And then they did do I think a China-made low-cost vehicle into Mexico,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? With cloth seats and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So going into these other markets first would make, the US can wait into November, and doesn't matter as much because of what you said, right?
right.
But these other markets need something, and it wouldn't be Osborning to get it out there. Just like when you launch a new vehicle in China, the US market doesn't react.
Right,
So,
right, right. Okay, so there was code. Apparently, somebody was able to read the code. I'm
yeah, so
at,
I got pulled into that too. I'm now thinking that didn't happen.
oh, you think it's a nonsense. You think it's no
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I think no good.
Ah,
Also, because on the website, it's like that's not how websites work. Like you wouldn't, not like firmware thing where they dump where the Green the Only was putting it in. I
yeah.
think, and then also I think checking the reliability of that guy, I'm not as confident that
Not
that's
buying it. Not
not
buying it.
buying it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this was a false flag.
yeah,
This was a non-starter. By the way, you've got the Northern Lights going on behind you now. I didn't,
yes, yeah,
this is my wife says that I'm not very I'm not very attentive.
yeah,
So having your background completely changed and I
yeah,
don't say anything.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah,
I've never seen. Okay, I might have seen the Northern Lights when I was a kid growing up in St. Louis
yeah.
because I know you can see them from St. Louis sometimes. But
Mhm.
if we did, nobody said, "Hey, there's the Northern." So, I don't know
Mhm.
if I ever had
I grew up in
Canada.
Regina, Saskatchewan, so Northern Lights you can see them. It usually not in Saskatchewan, not so. It's like a glowing in the sky, a whiteness, not like this kind of green.
Oh, not the colors. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Or at
Interesting.
least if it happened, it was very rare. It was
Okay.
generally a more, yeah,
All right. Okay, we're not buying that Model Q setup
yeah.
because I'm really thinking now. Okay, there's going to be a conversation later tonight with yeah, I'm okay. Oh man, I'm so bad at names. Smith,
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. So Matt Smith and I are on at 7 o'clock, roughly 7 o'clock tonight, and we'll be talking about the Model Q a little bit. And he's thinking that if it's really just a stripped down Model Y, he doesn't think they can get more than $5 out of the retail, $5,000 out of the retail.
Uh,
So he thinks that that wouldn't be a very big deal to drop the price by 5,000, especially when everybody's been talking about a $35,000 and maybe even a 32.5 or something for a Model 3 version that might be stripped down. How do you have you done any analysis of how much you think they could get out of a Model Y if they did all the things that we're talking about?
I think stripped down without changing the size, 5,000 sounds about right.
Retail or cost?
Um, Cost.
Cost. Okay.
So retail, you might be able to get 7,000.
Okay.
Um, but then if you really wanted to do something, then you would make it compact
And take out
and
some batteries.
take out batteries, take a foot off of the size, hatchback it or something.
Yeah.
Um, so that could get you a few thousand more.
Okay.
Um, but most people don't believe it, even though I thought I saw, in some picture analysis,
Sure.
something that was about 8 inches shorter, right?
Hmm.
And the fact that they changed the YL to be bigger,
Yeah.
why can't they make a YS smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Why not?
yeah,
Be okay with me. I think that's what
yeah,
they should do.
yeah. But I think taking 5,000, $7,000 off, I think it does matter. I think that you would get more sales, particularly in Europe and in the China market and stuff like that, because that price segment is far more volume there
Yeah.
for Europe and for China.
Yeah.
Less important for the United States, but matters for Mexico, matters for many other countries.
So an idea is being thrown around again. I'll talk about this with Matt later also, but uh, it was an idea that I had the other day, and now a lot of people. Well, it was an idea that Tesla has already used on the Model S, the Model X, and the Cybertruck. So it wasn't like a brilliant thing on my part, but I thought, why couldn't they do some kind of a package on the Model 3 and the Model Y starting in October, where you wouldn't be reducing the cost of the FSD. You would just be packaging the FSD in, therefore kind of disguising it, making it into into some kind of a special deal, disguising how much you're reducing the cost, but what you'd really be doing is reducing the cost of the FSD. But that would seem to me to be a pretty good way to maybe sell a lot of Ys and threes after the $7,500 is gone.
Yeah, I think if they were doing, have SSD 14
Mhm.
and they're saying, hey, a new thing that we really want people to have, you would have to, if you spun it the right way, then to say, here's why you really want to do it,
Right.
right? It could be part of a marketing sales campaign that could, get some traction.
Yeah, I think it seems to me that this would be, as much as some of these other kind of free things like giving away charging lifetime charging or whatever, as much as those are kind of almost free, I think this one might have a lot of appeal given the new 14. Have a lot more appeal, Elon, if you were also advertising it on Sunday Night Football.
Hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of charging, came out with some numbers today, and apparently we've got they had the record-breaking quarter ever
Hmm.
for putting in more charging posts.
Just before we move on to that,
Yeah.
um, for the bundle of
Yes.
FC and charging, something like that. So we both have now Tesla vehicles.
Yes.
If they came out like with a purchase FSD thing with supercharging
Mhm.
for the people who already have it. Okay, if FSD 14 is coming out, not the big difference, and now they say super bundle, FSD with charging, and whatever else they toss in there to try and get people who already have the vehicles to take it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Get
Yeah,
it. Get people to move up,
we move up. Yeah.
especially Model 3s. I mean, especially old ones like mine
Mhm.
that have the hardware 3. Now, I did see a note on that today. Did you see that note?
No.
I've got it actually. I jotted it down here. Um, so again, don't know if this is true. Hachi Hachiko Tesla says he just received a call from Tesla to address his FSD service request submission and was assured that hardware 3 cars will get FSD-S soon,
Okay.
quote unquote soon. I jokingly asked if soon equals years and was assured it would not be years as the team is working hard in the background to make this happen.
Interesting.
So maybe they're going to find a way to squeeze down enough of the FSD 14 to make it the FSD 14 in the hardware 3.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, very interesting.
So that'll be another reason. But other than that, you might be able to really encourage hardware 3 people to move up to a new vehicle
Mhm. Right,
if the deal was hot enough. Yeah.
right. I would think new vehicle, keep your vehicle and then get a FSD bundle
Oh, I
because
see.
the take rate is only like 15%.
Oh, oh,
85% don't have it. So it's like
buy the bundle.
buy the
Just the
bundle, yeah, and then try and get 20, 30% of the people to buy it. That'd be like pure profit. They want to do it. And then
maybe like at 5,000 or something.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
So some kind of thing to like really move it because it's um
$100 a month for 48 months.
something. Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of subscription,
Right.
you want to buy it for $100 a month for 48 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Elon, did you hear that one?
Mm. Mm.
I know you're listening. I know you watch every day, three
Right.
times a day. You're
Yeah.
spending at least 2 hours with me every single day.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else on my list here?
So you're talking about charging. Sorry,
Oh
I
yeah,
interrupted you.
supercharging. Yeah, yeah.
So I looked at the V4 supercharger,
Right.
and it looks fantastic, and it is increases the charging rate to enable 1.2 megawatt charging for semi, and
Mhm.
then 500 kilowatt for regular cars.
Right.
So it looks good. Also, I think it's lower cost too. I think they figured out how to make it lower cost for
It's
the.
lower cost, and one of those will handle 8 stalls. So and it's now right now it only handles four. The one we have now handles four. This one will
Mhm.
handle 8. So that seemed like a good deal.
Mhm.
Hamburgers are selling like hotcakes. Well,
Mhm.
okay, that
Mhm.
doesn't work.
Yeah,
Apparently, the our
Tesla
little
Diner.
our Tesla diner
Mhm.
is selling one hamburger every 2 minutes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is doing as well as a McDonald's.
Mhm. Right.
So that's pretty good for the first what have it been, a couple of months?
I think it was like halfway through July or something
Okay.
when they
Okay.
started.
So half of July, all of August, yeah. So two and a
Yeah.
half months is operating at big numbers, and people, I guess, the last couple of reports I've heard sound like maybe they've gotten a lot of the problems out of the way, so
Mhm.
their quality's more consistent.
Okay, good. How far away from you? Have you gone there?
I haven't still haven't gone. It's about an hour-ish from me.
That seems
Um,
like uh, the car could drive you there. You
It
could.
can drive me there, absolutely drive me there. I am going up that way in a couple of weeks. I might make that a chance to see it. Elon has become the first person ever to be worth a $500 billion.
Hmm.
Now, when you and I wrote the last book, Elon Musk Mission, we were asking people to bet or to make their guesses as to when he would be worth $500 billion. But now the book is 3 years old.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I've lost all the paperwork. So anyway, the date is today. I guess this is the first day that we've had somebody reporting that he's worth a $500 billion. I guess it's because this big run up on the Tesla stock.
Right. Actually, there was a previous report, like I think a week or two ago, where CNBC on air, I think David Faber said that he was worth a half trillion based upon the increase in fundraising value for XAI.
Yes.
So saying that that 200 billion valuation up from whatever gave him another 10, $20 billion, and thus he was worth $500 billion. But it was Forbes real time counting, which Forbes and Bloomberg are the main ones that
Right.
keep their official
Right.
billion-dollar billionaire lists. And so they said that he's worth 500 billion. So that was the more official number.
Yeah, because the number last time, 2 weeks ago, when that happened, Elon immediately shot back and said, "We are not currently trying to raise $10 billion for
Yeah.
XAI.
Yeah.
Therefore, the idea that it's worth 200 billion is incorrect." He
Mhm.
didn't say all of that, but he said that first half of that.
Right.
And so that was maybe a little bit of a stretch.
Right.
Now, since then, it sounds like we've heard way more rumors that he is trying to raise 10 billion, but there's probably a nuance there.
Timing. It's a timing thing. And the other thing is that if not now at 200 billion,
Yeah.
then in a month or two at 300 billion or 400
Right.
billion. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Because the AI companies are leapfrogging each other. I wrote a little thing about, next year, OpenAI and xAI, maybe Anthropic, will each be worth $1 trillion
Yeah.
because OpenAI is already talking about 500 billion.
Right.
XAI was talking about 200 billion. Anthropic at 108 billion. So these things are growing super fast. So if they actually deliver AGI, if they can get some more earnings, then they can get their valuation and the increase up to those numbers. So,
Well, X has these things, these projects. Once again, I know that Elon is moving at Elon's speed, but he's got so many things that he's got in the pipeline at X. It would seem like any one of those could be something that would dramatically boost the value. So he's got the financial side of it.
mhm,
He's got the dating service.
mhm,
Now he's got the Grokpedia. There's other things. There's other things on the list there that would be money creating. And then it would be the biggest thing, of course, would be getting way more subscriptions to service to the just the basic services, which is what XAI is do. I'm sorry, what OpenAI is doing right now. They're kind of leading in the new group
Mhm.
in terms of their subscribers. Just getting a bunch of people paying $10 a month would be something.
Well, the other thing is that by merging it in with SpaceX and Starlink, SpaceX is having their satellite service go direct to your cell phone. So
Right,
T-Mobile offers that texting service,
right,
and this month they should be doing voice and data.
right.
So you can have quite a wide
In
role of
video.
and video, yeah, basic video, yeah. So then that would and it works for the X app for WhatsApp and that kind of thing. So having that as a service with payments and with excellent services on cell phones could see tens of millions and more signing up and then being exposed to Grok. I think it would be a really big deal in 2027. Because then they'll have new version 3 satellites out, new bandwidth. Then you could have hundreds of millions and maybe a billion people on those services. So it'd be a combined way to get a victory for Starlink, X, and XAI. So
Right, right, right. Get all three. Yeah. Crazy year. 2026
mm,
is just going to be monumental in
yeah.
so many ways. It's just
Mhm.
kind of hard to wrap your ideas around your mind around it.
Mhm.
What else? Have I missed anything with regard to the Tesla news today? I think
Well,
I.
do we want to do we make our official calls on what's going to happen for the volume number? Are we going to make an official?
Go
Uh,
ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so I will say, you know, a range of 495 to 505. So,
Okay, so your
just,
range, you're doing a much tighter range than I am.
mhm,
So I was 470 to 510.
mhm,
So you know that the betting is now it was 511 at one point. I don't know if it backed off back to 510, but the
mhm.
betting guys were at 511 for a minute. Yeah, I'm more inclined. I don't I don't pay a lot of attention to it anymore, and so the mine is like kind of just Troy Test like plus, you know.
Well, what I was doing was comparing it to Q2. So
Yeah,
Q2, you had 384,
right.
and then there was increased inventory. You
Mhm.
know,
Right,
they made 410. So it's 26,000 more cars in inventory. So there is some inventory to draw down against.
right.
And then Europe looks like it's about 65K versus 52, I think, last time. So the 13K
Okay,
bump there.
okay.
The US going from 150 up to 200 based on the strong numbers from GM and Ford for their
Hmm.
EVs.
Hmm.
They had like 10,000 more for Ford to go to 30,000. GM went 20, 30,000 more
Right.
to 60,000. So
Yeah,
then those guys could go up like 10, 30,000 on a small base. Then you could think that Tesla could go from 150 to 200, right?
I got you.
Especially because they've been saying that they've been sold out.
Right.
And then the China numbers, I think, were like at about like 180,000 last year or 200,000 production.
Last
So
quarter. Last quarter.
getting another 40K out of that based on what we've been seeing with the um, two of like we have 2 months from before at 150,000, and then if we got like 90,000 or something like that for the last quarter, then that would get us to the 240. So then 240, 260, what 200, 240, 60, 300, that'd be the 500,000, right?
Okay. So
So
that's how you get there. Okay.
yeah,
That's way better than I did it.
yeah.
Like I said, try test like and then add something. That's my method. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
usually he's low.
right.
He has been high. I think in fact, wasn't he high last quarter? Or
No,
was
no,
it
I
the
think he's
first
been
quarter?
low 2 quarters in a row.
Been low 2 quarters. Been high 2 quarters in a row?
Um, he was low. He was predicting worse.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure he predicted worse
Okay.
than what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. All right. So there's your number, 495 to 5. And what about energy? What's your number for energy?
Um, I'm gonna go with a bold 15 gigawatt hours.
Wow, you're going to go the high.
I'm
Okay,
going high.
I'm 13 to 15. I've been there for
Yeah,
a while. So
yeah.
I'm going to stick with my range.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Tesla, of course, we know 459.46 at the close of the day was as high as 461 and change.
Hmm.
After hours is up, actually 0.12%,
Hmm.
459.99.
Hmm.
459.99. Sounds like I need to buy some
Hmm.
459.99 before it goes to
Yeah.
460. Okay, and that's what we know so far about that. Let's go ahead and look at the bonds, which of course did really well today. Thank you, bonds, finally. So, Brian,
Hmm.
we're now down to 4.1. We've had a nice rally. We're at 4.1. It's only a matter of time now before we're in the threes. I'm going to say we're in the threes before the end of October.
Okay.
We got the Fed on the 28th or 29th. So going into the Fed meeting, it'll probably go into the threes before the Fed meeting, would be my call. It
Okay.
might happen a lot sooner, but I'm being a little cautious.
Okay.
What do you think? Any thoughts there?
Um, yeah, it seems like it's trending down. I think that I don't see why that trend would not continue.
All right. Oil continuing down a little bit as OPEC increases their numbers. Natural gas finally coming off. It was just screaming like this, like up and to the right, off 0.72 in the pre-market. Probably just going into winter, probably just people buying up some before we get into winter. That's a best guess on that one. Gold finally found a high. It's having trouble getting over 3,900.
I saw some X posts saying it got to 3,900.
Yeah,
So
well, it went over 3,900,
yeah.
but it came back down right away.
Okay.
I'm not sure it closed above 3,900. I don't think it did. And
Mhm.
now it's seeming to do this. It seems to
Okay.
be having a little bit of a hard time getting above 3,900. There's got to be a point. I mean, every asset has a point
Mhm. Mhm.
at which people start saying, I'm
Mhm.
out.
Right.
Silver, which is of course beating gold this year, but down 0.65 in the pre-market, and copper up 0.28. That'll be interesting to see. I haven't read any more about that mine collapse that they had
Mhm.
as to how much that's impacting the price right now. Bitcoin up 3,625 at 100, almost 18,000. Tom Lee is way off, but he did a show earlier today. He says the reason he thinks that it hasn't popped yet is because a lot of the early players are just so wealthy that they're not buying more. They're like, I got enough. People that bought it for 100 or 1,000. There was actually a meme on this on X yesterday. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a meme out there. I
Mhm.
can't describe it, but it was just like these people that were like, yeah, I bought early on Bitcoin and they're living the life, you know.
Right.
So anyway, that's his theory. That's his theory as to why it's taking so long for it to get the next leg is it needs another kind of round of new people coming in participating.
Okay.
Ether up 4.23. Also a good day for Ether at 4,317. The futures for tomorrow, all up again. Wow. So the S&P, Brian, okay, help me on this one.
Mhm.
The S&P, and I also talked to Matt about this one as well, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. The S&P has been up 25, uh, I'm sorry, up, I'm okay. It's been up um, 20, over 20% per year or 5% per quarter. That's the word I was looking for. The S&P has been up 5% per quarter for the last 11 quarters
Mhm.
on average.
Okay.
So right now we've already passed, and again, I'm going to use Tom Lee, but Tom Lee said he thought we'd get to 66. Then he upped it a couple of weeks ago to 67, or a few weeks ago to 67. We're now past 67,
Mhm.
and we're on the first day of the new quarter.
Mhm.
Are we going to 71?
Um, sure. Why not?
Okay. I mean, that would be 5%.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? That we might end the year at 71?
Well, you got the two rate cuts, the AI boom still going, Tesla's gonna be ripping, so why not? Why not
Yeah,
say
yeah,
700? Yeah.
yeah. All right. Okay, so 71. There you are. That's you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first,
Yeah.
folks. And so we have got, I'm sorry, I said it wrong a minute ago. I was looking at today's market. So no, the pre-market for tomorrow is extremely flat. I don't have to say more because it's so flat that even giving you the details would not increase your knowledge at all. So
Okay.
just call it unchanged for now. All right. Any last thoughts? Any last words of wisdom? Any criticisms of the show? I mean, anything, Brian,
Just, gotta get my rest before 6 a.m. California time tomorrow to get the numbers. So,
got to get up and see what's going on.
well, the volume numbers, the Tesla volume numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you got
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
up early. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get up at 5:15, so it'll be no problem for me.
Okay.
So I'll be reporting those tomorrow morning. If you want to just hear my thoughts at the usual time, about 7:45 a.m. is
Mhm.
when my show comes out every morning. If you're not watching the morning show, I know. Listen, my shows with Brian are the best shows I do, except when I'm on a show with anybody else that I say that's the best show I do. But the morning show, if you're missing the morning show, you're really missing a huge amount because it's all the top stories at the beginning of the day. Yeah, so you should be watching the
Okay.
morning show if you're not watching it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, Brian, thank you as always for
Thank you.
being on and taking my sincere thanks
Mhm.
and my sincere appreciation. You were telling me about your bio early. What was it that the Grok said about you?
Oh, wait, very insightful. Yeah,
It's
extremely insightful.
very insightful.
Yeah.
Very insightful. Boy, is he insightful. I agree. You're an
Okay.
insightful guy, Brian. Okay.
Thank
It's
you.
been great talking to you guys.
Bye.